Detroit Reawakening. It's got hit in the teeth for this one. Let me go ahead and just give our formal introduction, although I'm sure they don't really need it. First off, we have Chris Trindade. That guy from Halloween Kills, Michael Smallwood. Activist Michael Smallwood from Halloween Kills. And then we have Maximilian Koger. And that's Koger, not Kroger. He's a man, not a grocery store. May I please have you all gather one of your loudest cheers for the reason we are all here today. Our director, Iannantuono. Listen.
Did not tell him to say that. So.
No. Then we have our director of photography, Ms. Rachel Sammich. And then we have the love of my life, the one who made everybody beautiful, although they didn't really need it anyway, but she's still... Tasha Schaeffer. Okay, I was there also for moral support. I'm without my feather though. What?
You were there.
I was about to say, if you look maybe around the corner, since you can see my shadow.
You were doing stuff. My hair?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Maximilian's hair, which is so all. I'm honestly surprised.
Right? You did my hair too.
I'm honestly surprised Maximilian isn't bald with how many of the hairs I plucked. You know, trying to just sculpt it in place. Whole toupee. All right, so let's go ahead and start our questions.
I have from Nordstrom Rack. I had to do it.
I personally am wearing, I dug through the trash and just assembled as many microchips as I could find.
It's Riddler chic is what it is.
Yes.
It's like if Riddler got into crypto. Right.
Yeah, I started selling NFTs.
When you have to host this at 3, but you gotta foil the Batman.
Also,
You gotta show the shirt.
oh yeah, keeping with the Lotso theme. Tasha, who are you wearing?
Amazon.
Love it.
Forever 21. I found this at the mall 2 days ago because I was panicking and I can't remember what store it was. And then,
Oh, that's right, because you
sent me a text
out of nowhere that just said, "What are you wearing?"
Don't lead up to that.
That was going around because I also got the same text from him. What are y'all doing? I got jeans and I got a suit.
And I was like, "That's a pretty spicy message for 11 a.m. on a Tuesday."
I got blanket. What are you
I
wearing?
just got, "What are you wearing?" And I'm like, "No."
and then 20 minutes later,
I was like,
Wait.
"Wait."
At 11
might not be
p.m.
thinking of the same
Yeah.
context. And then I sent another text like,
Rachel
I mean,
in
to
the
premiere,
morning
what are you
just
wearing?
wants questions answered. What are you wearing?
Lars the Giant Whore also asked me what I was wearing. And then I sent him what I was wearing, and he was like, I need to fashion more.
10:28 because we determined his was at 10:26 and mine was at 10:25.
Okay, we were
This
like,
is investigation.
hold on a minute. Because Michelle was like, he texted me and asked me, what am I wearing to the premiere? And I told him, and he said this. And then basically, you finished texting her, thought about it for a minute, and went, let me see what Michael's wearing. We determined he basically sent Michelle this message, had the conversation about what to wear, panicked after he thought about it.
Okay.
Let me check with Michael and just see what he's wearing.
All right, and I texted Maximilian at 9:50 in the morning. And he sends me pictures, and I was like, I literally said I need to fashion more. Yeah.
Panic and texted her. She gave you an answer. You thought about it for a minute and went, let me just check with her. Let me get a third opinion. Yeah, that's it. Research, kids.
We got that question.
That's not a question. More about Michelle. I'm gonna suck at charades, but you. What?
Oh yes, I do believe you have something for us. Here.
What is happening? What is going on?
baseball? I see this in baseball
Back
sometimes.
Some sign language, but I don't know what kind of.
So,
You only know how to.
is Timmy
That's true.
Silver
Yeah.
here?
Yes.
Come here, here.
Hi.
So, Sammich is nice enough.
I think a core memory was just formed here.
Across both movies, what was your favorite Gavin 9 scene to shoot?
So just one from the whole experience?
Yeah. or one from each if you want.
I think obviously from Evolution, if we're picking from that, it would be the reunion scene. I cried so many happy tears after that. It was so many dreams came true for me that day, like as a queer actor, as telling a queer story, just like I knew in that moment how much that was going to mean to y'all. And I just like felt the immense privilege of being in that moment.
It also clearly meant a lot to you. I was there that day.
Yeah, I mean it was the sweetest thing. We got wrapped.
Yeah, there's pictures.
We got wrapped. I sat
There's
down.
photographic evidence of how much it meant to Maximilian.
I literally sat down and I just crossed my arms in here and I was just like, I'm fine. Just like start crying. And Carla comes behind me and hugs me. Chris comes behind me and then it becomes this big group hug thing. I'm just sobbing, so happy. Yeah, it was a really.
Don't cry right now though.
Tasha's not gonna do your makeup.
There's too much foundation for that to be happening. And then for this one, I think. Man, this is hard. You pick Evolution, and I'll think the other one.
I think probably my favorite, just because it was chaotic and wild. I loved our first day on set during Detroit Evolution, in which we fought. We shot the ending fight between all of us, and it was just like it was our first day. Everybody was on set and
the warehouse.
The warehouse scene. Yeah. And that was when Jacket Cops was born. That was but it's like we by the end of the day we all had like a million inside jokes, and we're all really tired as well. But like we'd also found our rhythm. It was wild. Like the first scene, I think it took us like an hour or two to set and light, and there was a lot of choreography that we had to get set up. But then it's like every shot after that, because we shot a 75-minute feature in 7 days. That's not easy. Yeah. And she built a team that after one day was able to get set, lit, and agreed on how you wanted to shoot it within like 15 to 30 minutes. It was wild. Giving us all the time we needed to then like do more scene work and all of that. It was brilliant. So I picked that first day. Yeah, from Evolution.
And then from this one, I really love the writing of the symbol, like what Tulip symbolized to Nines. It was just like
The picture scene was fun to shoot.
Yeah, and also just like for the many people that have been in my messages talking about how much the asexuality representation meant to them, I knew that writing was going to like sing to them, and it just felt so natural coming out of his mouth. I mean, if anyone knows the character better than me, it's her, obviously. And so yeah, that one was just beautiful, and it was also that was our first day on set as well.
That was day one?
Yeah. And I think one of my favorite parts too was how quickly you and I just fell right back into the relationship, and we were just like ready. Yeah.
Literally, like, it's almost kind of scary just to see like how quickly, like, you know, you spent like all these months apart and stuff, and then when they get back together, it's like literally not a day's passed. It's like, oh, we just finished rapping, now we're literally back.
I think playing 1,600 games of Apex Legends helped.
Yeah.
We got each other through the pandemic. For sure.
We're actually a really good trio at Apex. We haven't played in a while, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm very good now. I can kill a person.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, we'll get that.
And then I think my favorite scene from the new one, I really love doing that kitchen scene where we're like the reminiscing scene, because that, even though it's intercut throughout the whole movie, we did that entire conversation in just a couple of takes, and I love that one because it's the characters are the most comfortable they've been as themselves in that moment, and getting to play just like hey, nothing dramatic happens in this scene.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. You're like, oh, it's just only nice things happening in this scene. And you're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, that's great.
Also, the filter that you put. Oh my god. It just looked like it was just a dream. Literally a dream come true. Like,
The
so
wine
beautiful.
with the window. We gasped when we saw it on monitors. We were
Oh.
like,
I didn't have to do anything. I was just the sun. So,
we have a lot of coverage of that break room scene in particular, meaning a lot of different angles that we were trying to get. I think we did like 8 or 9 different setups. We had to flip the room at one point. She's crying because
many
setups. Erin actually lit the first version, but just having like a better DP than me, better camera, and also just like more knowledge of like how to exist in this space and like what we wanted to convey with the camera language and stuff. I will say like one thing I love about that scene is the fact that like we have you two in profile. It's like a mirror to the Kiss, like from Detroit Evolution. And so like if you look at those shots side by side, they're like identical but like different. So that was kind of something that we wanted to explore. But like I think that was like in the shot list before, because we did a shot list before this movie and we kind of talked about like how we wanted to cover the scene. So that wasn't really in the moment. I'd say that, like, from the writing standpoint and also from the directing standpoint, I think y'all both sort of understood this too implicitly. That scene is framed by a movie in which it is a romance. So it's like the framing device, the context is different, and so you kind of can't go too hard with it. You kind of can't go too angry because it would feel too jarring with the fact that it's just like, oh, this does eventually become a love story. This does eventually sort out our differences. So. When I wrote Irrevocably Linked, which is the Gavin POV version of Detroit Reawakening that this is sort of based on, I had to write like an entire internal monologue for Gavin that he was coming at it from a place of like, I'm genuinely concerned about you, I have no emotional intelligence. That was kind of a way to soften that scene as well, is to really get in his head and be like, all right, what if you guys treat this more as like, 2 people trying to see each other's points of view, but just missing each other, and not 2 people who are actively hostile towards each other. Do either of you have anything you'd like to add?
I'll say, like, you know, we've been sitting, I mean, you guys have been sitting on these characters for like 2 years or more, like, you know, marinating, like really. Just watching like the scene, it was really well done. It was like, you really, really understood your characters, like a lot more so than like, you know, maybe, I mean, not a lot more so, but like you've had more time to really like develop like the emotions behind the scene. And it was a lot more tense. Like sitting there watching it, I was just like, are you guys actually mad at each other? Mom, Dad, stop fighting.
More like tension. There's actually entire lines I cut out just to have silence. Of just like the Gavin waiting for a response and you not get it. I was like, yeah.
I'm going to go a little less fun here. That was the hardest scene that I shot in the entire process. Not even 5 minutes before we were starting to do takes of that, I had a full-on anxiety attack. Literally, I had Chris come in there, and she was literally applying makeup to every single one of my teeth. If there was nothing specific, it wasn't anything to do with anyone on set. It was just, you know, yay, anxiety. And yeah, it was kind of the perfect lead up to that, because I was so upset, and having him come in a scene, right before a scene where we are just so at odds, and give me that comfort and that support that I needed to just sit there and allow me to just live it and get to the other side of it was really beautiful. And Tasha was just like, it's just like literally wiping away my tears with her little wet makeup brush, like, it's okay, King. All that to say, Tasha is an MVP, and Chris is one of the best friends I'll ever have.
Tasha's the MVP. She's just like so suitable for marriage, isn't she?
What is happening right now? What are you doing?
We have about 10 to 15 minutes left for questions. Who else we got?
Not the credits. I want to end or it.
Wait, what?
No, Poe was definitely in the credits.
Poe's definitely in the credits.
Poe, first of his name, the void, the darkness. Special thanks.
Oh yeah, we were never gonna not give him credit.
That cat's you.
Yeah.
Did you ask the cat question before? I'm glad.
It got his card before I did.
That's a joke for Jillian.
Yeah.
That cat's union. That cat works all the time. That cat big lead this man. Had a fucking trailer and everything.
It was also in my contract to have a cat.
I'm a better agent.
Also, wait, didn't it jump up by chance?
Huh?
Like,
No, I definitely held it there. I was You will love me for at least 10
But
seconds.
it was trolling the corners of the room while we shot.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the entire
trailing our feet, just like, of course, at that time, being affectionate.
I am also allergic to cats. It just was known.
I think I trapped Maximilian in the cab for like 20 minutes doing a separate like father-son photo shoot. So, yeah, expect that later.
That's kind of cute.
Any more questions? Who else we got? Yes, back here. Yeah.
Do you guys have like a really amazing funny story that happened on set that just
No. Nothing funny happened on set, actually. It was really boring.
I got two. So one of them you've already heard was this lovely lady sitting beside me telling everybody she was 39 and fooling these two.
Okay. No.
Here we go.
Context.
I mean, this is actually pretty good.
Okay, all right. So we show up on set, okay, and we meet everybody new. We meet someone's like, oh, she seems really cool. And everybody says the same thing. So you go, oh yeah, she's way older than you think. Every single person said the same thing. I was like, what does that mean? And they were like, oh, she's the oldest person on set. I was like, what? And I didn't buy it. I just obsessed over it for the next 4 days. It's like, this is bullshit, and I know it, but I can't prove it, and I don't know why this is happening.
You didn't buy it, but you rented it from Blockbuster.
I still have that.
I fully bought it.
And we talked about, like, we would leave set and be like, this is the first thing we talk about. Wake up in the morning, drive to set, first thing we talk about.
I'm pretty sure that Chris went through the 5 stages of grief.
We've been on every social media site you had, and we're like, any clue.
Well, it was funny because like I was the one who made this up, but then he was buying into it, and then one day just randomly was like, "Hey, so do you have any kids?" And I like momentarily forgot, and I was like, "No." And then I was like, "Oh, fuck!" I'm like,
I mean, yeah, they're all your age.
I could though.
No, but I would have sent y'all spiraling.
She said, you have any kids? Oh yeah, 8.
My oldest is your age.
Yeah. Oh my god.
My other funny story y'all haven't seen yet, but I do luckily have some footage of it in Begin Again, so you will get to see some of this potentially. We were shooting the very last scene, which was actually the Tina and Gavin scene in the DPD office. And it was like 12 hours deep at that point. On our 3rd day, we were all pretty tired. I probably hadn't eaten in 3 days. I was very tired. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, watching monitor. I think I'm watching Michael's last shot on monitor. And this, that room had all these tables like this, but they folded.
Oh no, I know.
And so,
I never remember this.
and so, like, in order to make the set, we were like popping these tables up and then like locking them into place and then like moving them to the set. And so I'm sitting behind monitor, and one of these tables is beside me, and Chris sits on this table beside me, and I was like, you should be careful to sit on these because they might break. And he just kind of like gives me a wordless look and ignores me. 15.
Sort of like this.
Yeah. It's like, I hear you, but I don't care. About 15 minutes later, Michael wraps, and he's like hugging Carla goodbye and all this, and it's this beautiful moment. I'm trying to get out of the way of camera because we're capturing this for the BTS, and so I sort of move. And I sit back on a table that's nearby. And just my luck, that's the one that shattered. This motherfucker was in half a second laughing at me.
You're like, Michelle, you can't sit on those. You're supposed to sit on those.
Oh my god.
I have something funny, but can I tell them about it?
I don't know what it is. If
we start off
him during one of the tapes?
Yes, please. You can tell them.
Just do it.
So, we're doing a take, and it's the beautiful shot on the bridge, or not on the bridge, on the balcony.
Overlooking
the bridge. We're doing that scene, and I'm silly. And I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? Because sometimes I do stupid stuff on camera, and then Michelle puts it in Detroit Evolution. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a take like this. So it was not on his coverage because I want to make sure that his stuff is
Hashtag not my coverage.
not his coverage. It's on me. Camera's on me. It's not his coverage because I don't want to blow one of his takes. But during one of my takes, I just started delivering dialogue like it was from one of the Google Translates. So it comes to me, and he does not know about doing this. We're just doing the scene together, and I'm just like, yeah, I mean, Gavin.
And my face was literally like,
I don't stop. I'm just like it. I just keep going through it, and then afterwards, Michelle's like, did you just? Yeah, I did. And I was like, cool, you're welcome. You can use it if you want to, or you not. It's up to you entirely.
Gag reel.
Gag reels 1 through 6. I want 1 through 6.
We have a bunch of them.
Yeah.
But nothing funny happened.
No.
very boring.
So I was wondering if you guys had any other fun stories that you guys did together offset.
I have none.
There was no offset for me.
Oh, what did you do for DRA offset?
Oh, we had that whole day. The 4th day was fun.
Yeah.
Lots of
my favorite Before that, okay. Okay, yes, we're gonna get that. Three. Before that, I had the absolute pleasure, days before we started shooting, of introducing Carl and Kim to the room. And let me tell you,
We now have an entire group chat called Carla Kim's Room where all we do is share common white zone.
yeah. Carla and I still talk to each other in just random room calls. But then, on the other side of that, Chris, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we watched my favorite movie. Yes, we all had the night. We had a ton of autographs to sign. Which we
Oh
did
my
do.
God, yeah, we did.
Yep. Maximilian takes the longest. And then everybody agreed to sit down and watch my favorite movie, the animated Transformers movie from 1986. Yeah. You got the touch, you got the power.
90 minutes of that.
Yeah. And it was fucking fantastic.
I listened to Weird Al Yankovic for a week straight after that movie. Literally, just Dare to Be Stupid.
I've
It was
honestly
stuck in my head.
never seen it, and I'm so glad I have now. It was so funny because Chris is the most excited person you've ever seen watching this movie, and he keeps talking about it. Michelle and I are like, this movie is all over the fucking place. You love it. Maximilian, silent, seriously watching it. Maximilian was just sitting.
Why are there's dinosaurs?
Maximilian, you're leaning too far forward. You were legit.
Oh yeah, I was
You look
back.
like nines going.
The rainbow wheel of death just going in my head.
And then every so often you would look at Chris and be like, be quiet, I'm trying to follow.
That was your first mistake, trying to
I'm
follow.
like, dude, I can't follow it. He's like, I'm trying.
Behind us on the couch, me, Austin, and Carla are sitting there like, do you understand what the fuck is going on?
I have exclusive video footage of Chris just having the time of his life, and Carla's just like,
I was like, what is this?
The whole
and I was
time.
like, I'm trying. Let's just have a good time watching this movie. I was like, I remember parts of this movie. This movie's crazy.
Yeah.
Next week.
Chris is underplaying it. He wasn't just excited about the movie. He knows every line.
Fun fact, that movie takes place in the year 2005. Yeah. And it was Orson Welles' last project before he died.
Yeah, it was. It was really funny because at the third point we had to tell Chris, stop saying the movie out loud. We're trying to help you watch it. I'm floating the whole movie.
do you want to give us that one, weird, that quote where they're speaking in their language thing?
Oh, ba weep grana weep nini bond. It's the universal greeting.
It's peace among worlds.
That's very funny, Chris. I love that.